With you, things and times. Greetings. Yes, greetings. Yeah, the weather is good. You know, even though it's a rain, you know, that good is a blessing. Cause without the rain, we don't have no water, and without water, we don't have no food. Nothing no grow. And we die of thirst. Yes, so now it's like 3 minutes past 6. Yeah, we're not playing no funny tricks, and we're in there. We had an interesting program, and don't misrepresent anything that I'm going to say. Our brother, respectful brother, you know, I'm a brethren, David Lammy, him was involved in a program concerning the remembrance. And, you know, his timing is good because, like, Sunday was remembrance, you know, the whole weekend, but, you know what I mean, it's the whole week, say, but the religious, the Christian, the church, the Queen, and all these people from these political genres, they make this effort to commemorate, remember, reflect, which is good, you know what I mean? Because that may I try advocate that we should be on the reflection, you know? And we do in our own way, but as a collective, yeah. But anyhow, they did this thing, and our brother program, you know, because him is good at these things. I'm good at deadlines, timeline. Yeah, he's you know what I mean? He's very punctual and he's on the thing. But this one here is late. Guess why? Because it's, there's so many of them that have been done already. You understand? There's so much people have been looking into this situation and highlighting it. BBC, CCTV, and Talk Africa. Very important, those two channels. And they search Africa, they search the continent for the reason why Africa is not being represented, and then they find there's a problem with burials, you know. And even in the Second World War, there are just monuments that's like the unnamed soldier type of thing. They're just monuments just put up saying that, you know, this is for peoples that, you know, 'cause them say them lost the name. You see this thing with the Home Office over here, or them say them lost with papers, and it is like them no know them they want to say not that we never come, we weren't here, and this type of thing, but what they were trying to say, what they did say, was that them misplaced our documents, them type of conversation. You know, when it comes to us, these are the type of things that are said, you know, and we have to hook line and accept it, because we're not in this office. And then when there's someone in the office is looking like us, them scared like puss for even question the people them and ask questions pertaining to that subject matter, or even conduct their own investigation, you know, or research inside to say, well, hold on. This is what they were saying. This is the reason why names were not used. And then the most atrocious thing was the fact that them say they don't have a clear indication of the numbers, but they know that people took part. And if you look at even the BBC, which is like 4 years and 7 years ago, program jointly done with Talk Africa and some of the broadcasts from the continent, that was the alarming report that they couldn't give figures in some areas, but they know said that people left Tanzania, Kenya, and so forth. And then you know said that we all went into Burma with these Japanese. Why I tell you, them had a big fight with these Japanese. And the Americans, the British, the Canadians, the French, all of them and the Japanese are best of friends. The best of friends, you know. And them lose tens of thousands of people in that fight there. And Africans lives were lost too. You see, when people talk about us, and when me I say things like them disregarded us from the beginning, and we need to really examine these words that are used, anti-Semitism and racism, which is the same thing. We need to understand there's an ailment of these people. And we spent so long, so much time trying to train a people who from the beginning didn't like us. Them despised us. And they set out totally to undermine and to value us. So that's what I'm going to break down, you know, because we're back where we started. Every time somebody tries to do something, And that's what them find. I'm wondering if him have a plan of what his reaction is to be. Because we always know. So then when you go and find out what we already assume and what some of us already know, because we have families, is we are deal with what you're going to do with this information now. And to tell me, which he would say, that I got the world to have a look. They've seen this. It's only one they ain't seen is you. But they've seen the whole thing already over many years. And it's some sisters, let me say it again, it's some sisters who took it upon themselves to do the work. And these sisters actually come from the continent. They not come from the Caribbean and they not come from England. So get that one understood. So it is, what do we do? Because the chain of command is in the colonial powers. And most of the people that I know, and most West Indians, them love Britain. Them love Britain more than them love where them think them come from. Where we think we come from. Because most of the people them don't want to know nothing about Africa. It's a long conversation to get to the point where they summer down and just say, okay. And that's probably what you will get. So the thing is, David, is you not doing that. Just like you did the racism and the police and the penitentiary and the deportation. What happened to all this work you did for the opposition? Because it's a governmental piece of work that you was requested to do. And the findings was given to the last Prime Minister. Your findings. But they never put you in office in any of the departments. And they never put a group together to help you, to help us find out what is happening and what we can do to solve these knife crime problems. And to find out exactly what it is that is influencing us and not where the help that we need needs to come from. And you'll generally find now that we are say we want not just empty buildings or not a bag of money. We want supermarket, we want educational facilities, and we want the international bank. Now we're asked for real things. We're not asking for fictional nonsense. We're not asked to give it 10 million pounds and allow it to sort something out. No, we're not saying that. We're saying we want some listed buildings, and we're saying that we want an African Caribbean infrastructure right here, sir. And once we get started, then we'll talk to ourselves. So I don't know what it is that you think that you've achieved and we as a whole has achieved, but more information. I'm too old now, Star. We've been fed these type of information from the longest while. What is the what is the conclusion? when I started this broadcasting, I was mostly barking up the wrong tree talking about we're not independent. Because everybody see the word independent, and most people know the date of independence, elect. So they've either had the privilege to go to a celebration here and there. And the only thing they give me credit for, some of them, is that me I chat about ambassadors, and they can recall going to some of these celebration things, some individuals that is said meet the ambassador, and this person come up and tell people what great privilege it is for him to be, or her to be, standing before such people on this prestigious day in our history. But never say we're really and truly, all those things did happen, but we're not truly independent. They don't talk that. And nobody asks a question, how come the Commonwealth still run us? What is that all about? What is the Commonwealth? And why is it all across the African world? Everywhere that Britain controlled previously, it is there. And we are meant to be part of this club. And when you leave the club, or you say you don't want to be in the club, then them sanction you, and them take the rest of them to go against you, and any dealings that you have with them deals no, them sanction you, because nobody now deal with you. And instead of just one and two people say, well, hold on a minute, what is with the governor generals as well? I mean, what do they do? What is their position? Whose office do they represent? And then you find out them represent the Queen and the government of England. But we mustn't talk like that. If we do, we're troublemakers. And if we do, and we develop a party, and it seems that we're attracting some people, oh my God, we either become a socialist or a communist. I mean, they're both the same to a lot of people, but you label us. We're not democratic in your first club, so we're outside the club because you see us as oppositions, whoever you are. And then you try to ridicule us by using our own people to do that. And if that doesn't work, then the master plan comes to infiltrate and create problems, arrest people, beat people up, or kill them. Is that what this life is all about? Someone else's rule. You do as they say, like they're God. And if you don't do as they say, somehow you're being disobedient. And then if they found you don't listen, then they eliminate you. Now, this type of subject, as in history, recording series of events and not the end of the event, should be taught. I mean, that's how I learned the history of Britain and Europe. And all you did, all of you, was squabble and fight. Different groups side with different ones. And you all dislike one another for many, 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 many years. So because they're trying to control someone else's destiny. And the black world fits somewhat in there. And the key word that David needs to come back to Haringey, needs to come back to the black family and explain, why did he not attend or let the cameras record perhaps what he did say when it was read that we were viewed as savages? What was that all about? I mean, there's some of us that listens to things or watch things and goddamn don't hear nothing. You see that word goddamn? Don't hear nothing. Very dismissive. And the word that was used and was written in the text why we should be ignored. And it wasn't about their money. It was just a total undermining, disregarding a people. From the time these people start teaching and talking about us, the words that they used were the African savages. And I've said that from the moment I come on these airways and the other platform. Same title, Things and Times. Because it is written in many documentation and is being spoken by many ministers, prime ministers and others in this country. It's a known fact. It's just that some of us behave like we don't understand what the word means. It's nothing to do with turn the other cheek, but it's turn the other cheek when you've been disrespected, but you're in love with the people. And you give them your intelligence, your integrity, let alone turning the other cheek. And maybe the whole turn the other cheek is to say you shouldn't question your master. And that's precisely what happens with us. David, Mikey Smith, the dub poet, came into England and presented that same burial problem, that same recognition problem, a Rasta youth, to us here in England, up and down the black affluent areas of this country, and show that when we died here, our bodies were not welcome in a cemetery next to white people who've already died also. And made us to understand that even the Robinson Jam was a Mickey taking of black people. And we were here. And I can recall many friends of mine that going straight into the goddamn cupboard and look and see that them have Robinson Jam, and then when they look and see the depiction with his big swelling lips and everything on the bottle, on the label. And them say, rotted. And we were right here in the heart of Babylon where all these things were being exercised. And we're grinning with these people whilst they're humiliating us. Then we have to go to Bristol and see this cemetery where black people were permitted to be buried. And how the graves were marked. And the emblems that were used to depict us. Come on, man. This is England, you know. It wasn't none of our historians. And I recall C.L.R. James saying, oh, this is the type of thing that one has to try to understand. It's just the way it is, you know. Yeah. And Mikey was saying, no, it's not something we need to understand. It's not something we need to understand, to appreciate. No. And then them have an argument about Keats and Shakespeare. And Mikey refused to say Shakespeare, he said Shakespeare. The one we know, not no Shakespeare. Him a talk about African Shaka. And C.L.R. James says, no, you mustn't pronounce his name in this way. His name is Shakespeare. I recall. I regretted not being in that audience. And I had every right to be in there because Trevor Carter and his family and everybody knew. You understand? So the connections in my family was right. But my point is, we were here. And Mikey came into England and unraveled the indecencies that's been happening to us, and we're laughing with people that's taking us for Mickey, taking a ride of us. And we were still playing with music. We're still living with life. And we still buy with food from Chacha, man. Nothing change. It's only that by the time we reach here, we got to be, our eyes open a little bit more. No, 2019, David is showing us. I mean, you're on time, brother, but we're not lick, you know. It's just that I just want to know from you really and truly. Now you've done these things. There's 4 things you've done in 2 years, despite trying to change your constituency, because that's why you have a problem. And I still back you, but that's why you have the biggest problem. Your constituency don't get the benefit of you. Even though me support you and tell them said that your work is changed. You're being demoted somewhat. But you have clout still, David, because if you can go about as a politician, MP, and dig up all these things, I just want to know, what is it that you're going to do, or what type of committee, or what is it that you're setting up? Because if you're just going to leave it like that and just bring the information just like others have done, you have joined a different club, man. And maybe the people in my Haringa is correct. Maybe I'm the one that's blind. I mean, I say it like that in a star, because I know it's the way I do for the Sylvester family. But if you become a turncoat, just giving away information and no solution, get off, man. Get off, seriously. I don't have enough humble respect for you. I mean, I say it like this for anybody who know and they can talk and don't say at best said this wrong about you or anything, because that's not what I'm about with you. You are different. But if you change and you follow a different path, I beg you please, look in the mirror, star. Because I saw you was going to cry. And maybe you did cry in that program. But we do a lot of things for money and popularity, and not even for some of them things, just for the sake of doing something. And if you didn't listen, somebody will tell you that you should know, so I go somewhere, you know. I brought Sotley Carmichael to the front. I brought Morris Bishop to the front. Me not leave no one, you know. It's part of the reflection. To see that we haven't advanced. We have not advanced. At all. All that's happened is 1 and 2 people, allegedly 6 pretty. But their conscience, them can't run from. So sometimes them hear something me say, and it triggers off something, and that hard drive them have, because them can't delete it. With conscience we cannot run from. And those who try to run, those finish up mad. Senile. Because you know the truth. And you know what you're supposed to be doing for yourself and for your family and for us as a people. And we refuse. It's a sad life to live. You spiritualists, are them things supposed to be teaching. You can't tell a person how to get from here to heaven. You can just tell them how to satisfy themselves, them body, and their thought process. But if you don't go in there, that conscience, and help them to liberate ourselves, you're just wanting people to think, well, maybe it's yoga you're doing anyway, because, you know, yoga is exercise. You know. Develop mental patience, intolerance, and be still. And emphasize on internal breathing. It's a great art. It's a great art. That's how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created us. And when we know how to appreciate that, it's a great art. Without even understanding, it's a great art. But when you do understand, it's a great art. So David, and those who know David Lammy, and those who have watched the program, go and watch again. You know, and within 3 minutes, they don't call us savages. That's the reason. And the words is that it wasn't prudent to. It wasn't, and it should not be necessary to look for us, label us with dignity and honors. Right? And these are people who fought for England. Could you imagine the words that was used? King, queen and country and all that stuff. And you know us, we feel that we're doing something so honorable. And the promises that were made. Go online, man, and see and listen to our African families in the 90s and plus. They were promised. They haven't got an English pound or 10 shilling a half a crown, a florin. May I name them, you know? They haven't got anything. And then you see some in Kenya that have the regimental badges showing how disciplined they have been or were training to become soldiers. They have those. Many of them were awarded such things. You know, your gradings. And you know us again. Give us the opportunity. We're going to show you we understand. And we're going to do it to the best of our ability, no matter what. So a lot of them are well decorated. Learning how to clean guns, load them, fire them. And finish all the rituals of crawling and jumping and all kind of thing. Training to be a soldier. And then in the terrain, the motor vehicles were few. But the terrain was unpredictable. So the British, they think, oh, it'd be better well serve these people to carry our loads for us. Now, thousands were asked for. These are not soldiers now, you know. These are just recruits that them call them voluntarily recruits. To carry what? Foot patrols and all these type of names. To carry loads. On their heads and back, on their persons, on their bodies. Are we again? Look at Tanzania and Kenya and see what our brothers and in Nigeria have said and are saying. Now we know what slave used to have to endure. We heard that many were taken from here, outside of here, as slaves, and were made turn into slaves. Now we know what they would have had to endure. And this is what Britain, England did. But yet, sir, you people and rumble with your puppy on Sunday. And you sing all these different songs. But then again, a lot of people cannot be blamed. You know why? Because when you don't know, you don't know. And that's the saddest part. Theological education didn't teach that. Pastors, you all know this. That's why I'm on your case, man. You all know this. You all know it better than I'm trying to say. And you did nothing. You said nothing. Only when there's a problem in a particular area, they may say to you, pastors, you should speak about William Wilberforce. And you will. Or you should take scriptures from Paul in Corinthians. And you will. And they will probably tell you to dress massage it. And don't forget the tamarines. You know, you could play some instruments softly. You know, don't, Mr. Webster, don't take it out of hand. Just softly, not too loud, not too extravagant. And you will do this. So it's not God you work with. It's the laws of man and the dictates of man. When you want to talk about God, then you say the Holy Spirit. You see? And what the Holy Spirit means to you and someone else and how you depict this Holy Spirit is all different. But you all agree something about talking in tongues. And not one of you tries to speak an African dialect. What a shame. And I've not met or seen any Caucasian talking in any tongue. I haven't. Maybe this Benny Hinn guy who's got big church and Cropland who's got big church. I ain't watched them long enough and know when they do this because some black guy comes and they go off into something. I've not experienced it. It's just us that do that. But they don't have no African dialect, no African language, no African tongue. And them can't tell anybody what they are trying to say. But that is to say that the Holy Ghost has anointed them. What a lie. And you tell me all this time, the Holy Ghost don't say, save yourself and your people. And stop telling lies. And do not call the name of the Lord in vain. I mean, in the book it tells you things like that. But this blabber blabber don't tell you to correct yourself. And I'm still with the dishonoring of us, this racist dishonoring of us and the viewing of us as savages. Because when them bring we all here too, these explorers of the continent, are them type of game, them kind of ignorant behavior, and them kind of exposure of us is what make the rest of the people them here look upon us the way they do still. And when them get vexed about something, like the Brexit and everything else that them angry about, then them turn upon us. Like we are the ones that brought them all these griefs. Because nobody never tell them that we are the one that bring them salvation. No, they not tell them that. That's why our historians are getting a bunch of jackass, because they don't tell them, hey, you know when you was in the dark ages, you know who come and give you some light? You know when you had the plague, who come and save you and come clean you up? No, they don't tell them. You don't tell them. Don't tell them nothing about the Renaissance. They don't tell them nothing about the 850 years the Africans been here in Europe and clean up Europe and civilize Europe. They don't tell them that. So we're talking about 850 years and someone still comes after that and call us savages? Are you mad? And we're supposed to still allow this nonsense to continue. David, what is wrong, man? Is that the kind of history you don't know? Because you all are prejudiced about Al-Islam again. You express so ignoronious. So when you speak about it, you just speak about the Moors, knowing that you're talking about black people, Moors, and then when you finish it, you say, Jew Ali, and then you stop there, and that's it. Because you know when the end of the day, the beginning of the segment, it is Muslims, African Muslims, and your stupid prejudice that's been instilled in you through your theological educational bullshit, you decide to neglect another side of the best of us again. And where are we going when you do that? When you do that, what are you doing? You're giving praises to the Caucasian. Again, you're in love with them. They're kicking us in our face, in our groin. And you're still in love with them. Hating them is not what I'm asking for. Understanding that they're not being truthful and honest to us, and we need to start recognizing ourselves more than trying to do something based on their philosophy, their opinion. We need to stop that. And then we want to figure out why our children have problems. Because they see that we're nobody. So the best group or club to work with is the opposition. And how does the opposition behave that we come and find them behaving? It's the same despicable way our children are now behaving. Your parents never tell you. Your grandparents never tell you. It's the same despicable way, man. And football was meant to help them. And it didn't. Them just start becoming rivals, and them start dislike and hating one another and want to beat up and kick down, and hey. And them had legal group gangs. Skinhead, Muds, Greasers, Hells Angels, you name them, they had them. Legal. And today you've got what? Yuppies who don't want to be sitting next to some black guy in a stadium because them pay so much and so much money, and you know, they work in a city, and what's this black man, working class idiot sitting around here for shouting at Arsenal or whoever they're shouting for, right? They don't want it. And then when they look on the pitch, they see a whole heap more, and them thinking like, what the hell's going on here? You know you have a problem. And the problem is, if you don't talk about it, maybe our guys will stop playing for you. And that's the problem you have. Now, how are you going to work it out? That's what you're trying to do. It's not even a goddamn problem, because the ones that trying to make out that they're trying to do something for football and racism and everything else, it's only because you're going to lose money. That's the only reason you're doing it. Other than that, you not care shit. You understand? You don't care, damn. You don't care. Everything leads into something, David. They all lead into something. So don't think I'm straying, man. Right? You should have picked up on the word savages and asked the woman what is meant by that. What have you done by that? Did you go and see the Queen? Did you sit down with Prince Charles and all this and try and understand? Did you try and eliminate this thing? Did you try and curtail this? Did you try and change this? Did you try and eliminate all of this? Immediately. No, they tell you straight away. It's a long time ago. You know, which you know, our hands are quite tied. You know, we've done quite a lot. What have you done? Nothing. And you should have gone to Argentina, David. You should also jump across to Argentina quick and see us, because many of us are there. Caribbeans. You should see. But no. We gotta give a chance. But I need to know what it is that you're doing. Seriously, what is it that you're representing? Really? No one ever turned around and asked, took us back to where them take we from. But yet still, them can have a Belfort agreement and something, some arrangement to bombs and guns and ammunitions and so forth, explosive technology. Better word for call it. And then them take another person's history, legacy, and claim it. And claim it. And we whom you took from somewhere, you don't even consider never consider taking us back. Now you got us wanting reparation, and you know that generations and generations have died out, and more is going to come and die out, and it's going to be a long in the tooth, drawing out thing, and you don't know, so that it's just going to be a lot of conversation and not a damn thing coming out of all of that. Because patience, longevity is what you control. So all me would have says, here what happened, just allow we for go home. Just allow us, those of us who want to go home, make some planes available. You have enough plane. And we can pick up what we want and go. You could do that. Because you don't teach in the in the theological school and the churches them. You don't make we believe so that we enslave ourselves. You understand? And then we had a great exodus. So now you can repatriate us. And that be a good, not gesture, that be a good thing. That be a good thing, I'm telling you. And God would honor you. Because when we gone, there be a void. You see? But then what you want to do is like be like Pharaoh. We're gone and they want to come after us back. And threaten us. And that's why you wouldn't allow us to be free at home. Because you still depend on us. And if black people, African people is paying attention, you should see what the Queen did the other day. Because Charles is in charge of the Commonwealth. Him is the bigger boss. And people think the Commonwealth is just a damn group of West Indian people that stand up there and have a dance every year. And then every 3 years or something, so them have games. No, it's bigger than that. You know, Chatham House and all these different departments, different administration, governing us. Still colonial subjects. Painful, man. Painful, seriously. So where may I go with this now?
According to things and time, some change for the better, some change for the worse. Some will help you up, some will steal your purse. Some do good, yeah, some do bad. Some make you happy, and some make you sad. More and more and more and more people are changing. Every day people are changing. More and more and more and more people are changing. Every day people are changing. La da da da. Some like it hot, some like it cold. Some die young, some never grow old. Some like the daytime, yeah, some like night. Some live in peace, while some like to fight. More and more and more and more people are changing. Every day people are changing.
That is true. But what happened to us? We can't change. Why is everything for us have to remain the same? Watch it. cry out, we pray and ask God to lead us. And that him I say, no. I don't know what you think him I say. He's asking the Almighty, you understand, to lead us. You see? But if some Caucasian come tell you, do that, you want to see how quick we would have done it already. He's not. Stop it. Could you imagine, in them times, a man stand up with a broad hat, khaki suit, a whip in him hand, but him friend them, you know, him friend them have gun. You understand? So he must stand up there, right? Bossy and everything, you know. But surrounding him, you see, him soldier friend them have gun. And there's just a group of them. And there's hundreds of us, thousands of us in a village. But you see that picture, and that indoctrination, that symbolic indoctrination spelled on us. It worked. It worked. And then you have some people that go around now try to show us that the Portuguese never come and enslave nobody, you know. Them tell us the Portuguese had a relationship. It's the Arabs that never had no relationship. The Portuguese had a relationship with the Africans, them. The thing is sweet is shifting again. So this relationship, how the hell did we get into bondage? If them had a relationship, what did Britain have? A marriage? It all comes to pump now. People are discovering that black people, African people were Arabs also, were called Arabs also. And then you have these people, these people, these Byzantiums and these Persians and everybody that is known by through Britain telling us or telling others that these are Arabians. You see? I'm telling you, sometimes you need to listen to them very carefully and read their manuscripts. Go to Cambridge and look at the Cambridge text. See? Read them, and hey, the length of time I've been saying it, and I know there's another brother, very, very well-educated young man, can't remember his name, you know, but he's well-educated and he's sensible. Because a lot of educated people, my mother said, them are damn fool. Them too bright for them own good. Anyhow, they would have by now removed them things. Not remove them, but put them as classified documents. You see? Yeah. Because them hide us from ourselves, you know. They hide us from ourselves. So I'm telling you, seriously. And those of us who are able to go on the continent, we must hurry up and go and take on the children. But don't follow the other groups of people that say them just want to go there for have safari, daggering, and dance and thing. No. There's the bodies, you know, that are did that. Yeah, they are did that. They've organized, they've had all kind of safari sessions. Yeah, because some Europeans, they might have some filthy safari, something goes on all about the place, but nobody not see nothing. But there's enough away that just going to the continent to smoke big spliff and have bashment dances. That's it. You see? And some of them bad women already want to go learn different dance styles from villages, not realizing they don't care that they distort and destroying the people them culture. See? And not the people them, for we thing again. We're so dishonorable. I tell you. Takazuki. A fool and his money. Could you imagine? Since we are free, just imagine now, someone just put us in a cage. Then you realize what freedom was, what freedom is. And you realize now how sweet freedom and the space that we once had was. Is until these perilous times come, it seemed that we, black people, African people, will not wake up. It's until we are beaten down and realize how sweet our bodies are, how valuable, how sweet life is really. And now may I say that 12, 15 years ago, you hear all the chanting and talking every second by so-called actors, perverted people about Sudan. Sudan this, Sudan that. And the Arabs, Sudan is the Arabs this. And them split up the place. And them leave John, who him name there for try figure out how to do what him have to do for him people. And then him dead. And then everybody else after him get dead too. Tell them sort out the people that them particularly want to do what they want to do with that area. And it's just Britain wanted revenge. Again. Them not forget things, but we are supposed to forget that them enslaved we ancestors and we grandparents. We're supposed to forget that. But many of you forgot now that these people keep calling we also Arabs. And I'm asking a lot of my brethren them, where these Arabs they talk about, try realize what the people are try show you, you know. See? And not one of the brethren them turn around and say, hey, them a talk about them brownings in and around Khartoum and these places. Nobody say it. But then them show you, then them tell you again, you know. Because they want to create a racial division based on religion, sectarianism. But the black man them from the Caribbean and other places in America go along with these people. And the wealth of Sudan is given to Europeans. And the poverty-stricken people them in the same area that left the Greater Sudan for these imbeciles through theological practices and teaching is still in poverty. And a few others are wearing suits and tie, white shirt and tie in a them country, you know. Their natural attire, them long left, because them find new friends. New friends. It's a shame where you see us, man. But my point is to say, did you all acknowledge that they were telling you that you don't want to associate yourself with these Arabs? And these Arabs were supposed to be in Khartoum. The other Sudanese were Arabs. And Sudan is full of Muslims and a number who follow Britain. Seriously. And among them, the best teachers are them. Yeah, you can see the difference. But if you haven't been to Africa, you will never appreciate it, because, you know, you could be in Eritrea, in Asmara, and you're surrounded by 15 different makeups of people. And then when you find that dark blue black, you say, where them come from? Because them stand out. Because everybody else is kind of brown chocolate. Yeah. Everybody else is that sweet brown looking chocolate. But when you see this dazzling blue black, sweet to lick chocolate, again, what them call it over here? Black gold or something? And that's just in Asmara. That's not going in any other district. Tanzania, but the same. Ethiopia, but the same. All quarters, the same star. We're rich in culture, rich in varieties. Yeah. So my point is just to tell you, stop following, man, and get off your your prejudice, racist, your prejudice condition. I keep trying to tell you, Islam belongs to us. See, this is a free club. It's not even a club. This is the freedom of freedoms. Huh? And just because the white man don't tell you about slavery, right? Well, we who are Muslim, we're the abs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. See? Ab means slave. That's what it means, you know, not abd. See? We're the abd of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You see? And we're proud of it. You know why? Because just like you and all the other human beings, we need to be We need to be aided and supported and sustained by Allah. And that's what a servant is. That's what a slave is. Them can't do nothing else. But a barbaric set of people that takes another people and enslave them to do what they would wish them to do based on their own mission. Now, this is a problem. So remember, I said a barbaric set of people who take another set of people and instill those people to do things that they would wish them and want them to do on their behalf. They're not God. And you're doing this by force. See? So you got to understand the definition and how the Caucasians have defined and used Slav and use that same word opt, but they don't use our word opt. We're just telling you. Them use their word slave. See, you've got to work with their definition and understand Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wishes, not his definition, his wishes in relation to us, his subjects. See? And we're in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala voluntarily. And all of us, whether voluntary or not, we have to be in obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Don't matter how some people twist and turn and do other things, because we all have to be, and we all are sustained by Allah. We're not independent. Make it be understood. There's no human being on this earth that is independent. We strive for an independence in our realm. But in the realm of life, no. There's no human being that's independent. We need to be sustained. See? Yes. Understand these little things, And because we're not going to talk 10 hours like Dr. York and all these other people concerning that, it's so easy. Yeah? If you don't want to be sustained, don't breathe. End of argument. And if we say you can breathe, don't drink. Don't drink the water. End of argument. Just them two. Finish. We can't exist. You die. You understand? And two, we're good. So you see you're suffering, we aid you. And you'll surely come back to your senses, natural senses. See? And they say, okay. So you're a servant to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Say, yes. And to be what servant, you have to be what? Obedient. See? Not about being educated, just being obedient. So, come off the hype that Arabs are something despicable. I watched one of my brothers, them have a good program. And he was showing how Christianity came into Africa. But him talk about going on a journey and he met me. A Muslim, an African Muslim who is an African Muslim who is a eunuch. And he asked him, what are you? And he said that he's just Muslim. But he's saying that the person he met on this travel was an African eunuch. Emphasizing now that he's a Muslim, but who brought him to Islam, castrated him, and now he's a eunuch. And we're not dispelling that this never happened to people. But someone want to tell us that 50,000, 50 million, 100 million, 100,000, and this type of thing. Relax your minds, man, seriously. It's bad enough, one. It's wicked, 2, and terrible, 3. So let's go to court and say, well, this happened. They want to know, like I do, what happened to our ancestors them in Kemet. And we mustn't move from there. How did Kemet become Brownings? How did these Turkish offsprings, Byzantium offsprings, Hashemite offsprings get in there? Where is the Africans? And we're not going to Algeria, Morocco, Libya yet. Just give us Kemet. You can talk about the Assyrians. See, we like to know. And stop telling people that Christianity was always in Africa. No. Define what it is that you're trying to actually say. Because if the thing was concocted over here in Europe and when did the Africans get involved? I think what a lot of people try also to say is that there are certain aspects of the thing was grabbed, plagiarized, and put with the paganistic stuff they had already and brought about something. But if they really want to go to the full thing, it didn't have that name. But because Muslims will be telling you this, you'll be, right? Didn't have this name. And this thing called Jew, this didn't have, Allah don't know these things. And what he told the Prophet to tell us is that they took his words and changed it. And the Injil, you don't have. Because it's supposed to be the Injil Isa. Not Gospel Mark, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John and Paul. And James 1 and 2. And Bar Jesus. Hey, yeah, that's another one, you know. You need to read your books good and explain to the world and your families who is Bar Jesus. You have Jesus and you have Bar Jesus. So define them. Find out what Bar means and why is there Bar Jesus. There's so much things I can highlight that will give people nightmares because they were swear blind on making the things up because they're reading what the pastor told them when the pastor feel like using the book. I behave like the pastor. Because I'm not going in, I'm using the book and I'm not going into the book to give you chapter and verses. You know what I mean? Because I would love someone just to call me and just say, all right, then let me go into the thing. And then I will, because it's like a competition for me. Seriously. Not in a bad way. Just to show and excel to some people that instead of being ignorant, being an African, it's better be sensible and be an African. I want to go back to this Savages thing, so I wake up my mind for move off of this nonsensical thing to get back to that, because the people them have a way of disrespecting us. And now you're nowhere in the realm of election and you find these other people that scream and I beat up Labour with racial talk, and the American man I try help them too, And this other guy that has a lot to answer for, that no one asks him any questions, especially black people, you know. Farad, don't ask him any questions about his background and so forth. He might join a group. Jeremy, they don't like you, period, man. You understand? And if we can see that as black people, how them a shoot down one for them own, how the hell we think say we can rub shoulder with such a people and get into them club? We must be stupid. My father would have said, you damn ass. Just keep yourself to yourself. You understand? The people going shit upon you. Listen, we are pray again, you know.
Father, Father, here I call upon you.
See? Chihuahua, Chihuahua.
Nato. Cheddar.
You know what just come across my mind? A lot of people them talk about eunuchs and Africans and Arabs and so forth, yeah? But that's the only thing you hear. Nobody never tell us that there was some plantation or some desert place that had all 20,000 Africans there trying to get dirt out of sand or be like Gaddafi and try grow, make water, make pools out of sand like we fool. Eh? And I still haven't read anywhere where it says that such and such persons carried X thousands of Africans into Arabia and then sell them off to the Portuguese and others. I haven't read that. And I must take a trip up to Cambridge University Press and look for things like that. But before we leave London, we need to go to the British Library and the House of Records and see if there's anything. And perhaps even call David Lammy, Mr. Lammy, and say, here what happened? There's a new project for 2020, quick, man. Because we need to understand and discover these Africans that were taken by some Africans into another part of Africa, including Ethiopia. What happened to them? Were there a market that they were sold off to Portuguese? I want to find out how much black people, how much African did at this little place called Portugal. Because I them things for find out. Because if the Arab trade, slave movement was a trading post, trading outlet, that means that many of the people them, many of our ancestors was sold to the British and the French and the Germans and the Belgians by some Arabs. Or they were shipped by some Arabs to these provinces. So we've been always looking transatlantic without looking, realizing that the people them who was transporting, a lot of the people them were ourselves too. Is that the problem? Why you want to say it? You see, when this man start his divide and rule thing, him deal with sociology, and deal with psychology, and then just drop you into something that you cannot find your way out. You see, in Islam, him created a thing that them call Shia. When him trying to bet the backbone of the Byzantiums. Before him bet the backbone of the Ottoman Empire. He worked on two methods. He had two strategy. And him take the family of the Prophet and divide them into something. And take the best of the Sahabis and divide them again. And with a little bit of rage, that him realize that some had, him enforce it. So the Byzantiums became the Shia. And are these people that him fear the most because they would not succumb to none of their talking. They wouldn't allow themselves to be divided. But those who are named Arabia, they succumb to them. That's why you need to ask the British. We need to ask the British what happened to our ancestors in Kemet. Because Britain's been there for a long time. And Britain created and divided Arabia and developed houses, which is like the Rasta way of them have mansions, develop houses among the people them, and then anointed them as a kingdom, create a kingdom. And they were fascinated by that. Were they following the dictates of the Prophet? No, they weren't. King Abdul Aziz, King Hassan. All of these things Britain did. The only people who could oppose them is Africans. But they moved the Africans and oppressed the Africans in Africa, which is Arabia also. So stop it. Them just name the place another name and isolate it and create a kingdom. And call the family Saudi, Al-Saud family, and then call the state Saudi Arabia and not Arabia. It's a serious thing, We have to learn the geography and then match the geography with the history and then see how the events panned out. Now, what does Sudan have to do with all of this? They saw it. They were having their own problems with the British, but they saw it. They saw it. It's our brothers in Somalia that denied that the British and the Italians had them. See? They're in total denial. And then when you look at them, you can see a merger in them. Their ethnicity. Look carefully. You see the strong melanin, but look at the hair type. There's very, very few 9 ether. You can go to Sudan now, you see the 9 ether like, wow. See? You have to give credit to who? You people who are Ansars, they learned that from Dr. Ziak, Imam Isa. The Somalis, them deny that the British and the Italians had them. And even those Turkish, the Ottomans. Now, at least you can say that was legal because of the expansion of Al-Islam, of the Muslims. But they interfered with the ethnicity of Somalia. And for Britain to keep turning the screws here, there, and everywhere when they feel like, that's why we have all the dissent. Yeah? It's a big thing, you know. Serious thing. What I'm saying is the Africans need to get Britain out of their system. Out of the system. Because they've learnt very well. And Muslims, you got to stop pretending that the people don't know Islam. They know Islam very well. They know Islam very well. And they've been working how to dirty it up at different centuries. They know it very well. And they're patient. Very patient. You see, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that they plot and plan, but He's the best of planner. That is true. But He needs a people who doesn't fear people. And it's not about fighting. It's a people who will live in accordance to the Prophet. And no one else. Don't try to criticize me. Relax your brain. Yeah, I'm here to wake you up from your sleepless slumber. You understand? And my culture is dominant. Remember that. Telling me about me I play haram. Yeah? If I'm playing haram and you're sleeping haram, which one is the best one? There's two harams, yeah? One is playing and one is sleeping. Me not breed that. Easy. Ragamuffin.
Whoa, 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 yeah. Nah, nah, nah. Well. Oh, nah, 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 nah. Oh, Rocky Joey boy. Oh, Rocky Joey boy. Oh, Rocky Joey boy. Rocky Joey boy. Now one roof shack down by the railway track, who parents couldn't find lunch money, father couldn't buy coffee.
And you see people them go for Saudi Arabia and them friend. Because them feel say them can't come out of this poverty because them have a Saudi friend. That's not the way things go. Because me I tell you this. If it was that simple, why was Bilal saying Ahad? Bilal was saying Ahad because Islam was here already. I'm tired telling you now. See? Bilal was saying Ahad because Islam was here already. And him family and him and others is an example that they continue to hold to that. All right. The idols that was inside the Kaaba, that's just to show you that the Kaaba wasn't built by the Prophet. The Kaaba was already here. The Kaaba was defiled. You see, when you're talking to English people and you come up in English institution, you should know how to present. And you don't present that. Why you don't present that? Because you have to present Bilal. You can't present nothing else before presenting Bilal because it's the opening, it's the beginning, right? The organs are Africans. The beginning of human being, mankind, civilization are Africans again. We never try to tell you. You told us. But then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make we understand, that this is the organ of life. You see? Father Adam and Mother Hawa, Eve. Yeah? To you, Eve. Okay. So now you have Ahad, the one. See? Bilal. No, he was tortured and everything for this to happen. Yeah? No. He knew it already. He's well educated, in the kingdom. He knew it already. He was a servant, a slave to Odomaya, right? When Odomaya wanted him to beat up somebody because them vexed with the prophet and people following and listening to the prophet, now them say to him to beat up somebody and him refuse. Them gave him a strap and them threw the strap on the floor and refused. So them say, oh gosh man, even our house servants and slaves are contaminated by Muhammad dictates. Oh, so what them do? Them torture him. What them do early when the sun rise, them put him on the hot sun and then put rocks on top of him chest. And them got him spread out, legs spread out, arms spread out. Yeah? And then in the evening, them drag him through the streets. Yeah? And children and everybody that just rock stone upon him. And he's the one that said, Ahad. Them say, all right, have you surrendered yet? Him say, Ahad. Yeah? One. Him believe in Allah alone. You see? All right. No, some people want to make Bilal be a singer. Yeah, he had a beautiful voice, we are told, and him called the Azan. Yeah, first one, Muazzim. Okay, but it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that. He was an aid to the Prophet. To be one that called the Azan, you have to be a timekeeper. Again, you have to be a timekeeper. So you have to find out now what kind of instruments them had, what kind of mechanism them have to be able to know time. Because there's 5 prayers. And Bilal was the one who was waking up the Prophet and get him to make his ablution and get himself ready to address the worshippers. See, this is a new thing that's come. So people need to be trained and understand what they're supposed to do. But here's this man doing these things. Now, who's waking up who? They don't want to tell you like so. It's Bilal who have the timekeeping. It's Bilal who's waking the Prophet. Bilal. Who are we? We're most dutiful people on this earth. Yes. When it comes to God business, woo, you can't beat way. So, this is Bilal. And then he wakes up the nation by calling the Azan. There's no microphone, there's no speaker box, there's no amplifier, there's no Stone Love Kilimanjaro, there's no tipper tone. It's just his voice. On top the Kaaba. Allahu Akbar. Wake up the people and tell them that prayer is better than sleep. Yes. Huh? Come to success. Him train them day after day. 5 times a day. An African, really? A human being. The point I'm trying to illustrate here, Islam has been here. And let no white boy come tell us Islam come yesterday with the Prophet. No! The Quran came with the Prophet. The last book came with the Prophet. The completion of the scriptures came with the Prophet. And the guidance on how to implement, live, and apply. All those things come with the Prophet. Because bad man them sold what Musa bought, what Solomon bought, what Isa bought. You see? Them sold it. They become miserable people, money-grabbing people, controlling people. Isn't that what we live today and see? Man want control. Man make weapons to destroy man and now to destroy the earth. Man take food that everyone needs and manipulate it to make money out of other people. And them can't sustain themselves no longer than God allowed us to stay. But yet still him have this greed. And he makes out that he's improving on the status of life. He lies. Can't help himself. Who's that? The children of the devil. Can't help themselves. Because when you go against God, you must be part of the devil program. You can't be doing these things and see you're with God. No. Because they're not just. Weapons of destruction. Creating wars and all kind of havoc. But yet still, you speak fear. And what did the natives of America say? White man speak with forked tongue, man. Sound like a sieve. Can't trust him. But he behaves a certain way. And religious people don't talk to him proper. Make him know so that hard drive him have they call conscience. Him not going nowhere. You can't pay to erase that. That's your doom. That's your destiny. You can't get no virus checker to defrag that. No. Make him know we understand. That's why you don't like the Muslim. Because we're taught to make it clear. And don't compromise. But what them do? Them start talk about this terrorist, this, and deflect the people. Them say Al-Qaeda and thousands of people in America come to Islam. Everything them do, it backfires. Now this one said the other day, him having a big problem, him say, them kill some guy. All these people that them know is people that them hired, them put there for create problems. And a lot of them have nothing to do with Al-Islam. These are different set of people. And them just say, wear beard, do this, do that, and wear, and it goes on. We can say this because we understand a lot of things. And you see our names, there's names that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have given, there's names that the Prophet taught us, and they're names that we use because they're very significant to our lives and to the deen of Al-Islam. Yeah? So then you have Arabian names, you have Saudi Arabian names, you have Persian names, you have Byzantium names, and so forth and so forth. But when it comes to Al-Islam, hey, there's a stamp of approval. The brother can have a 3 names, but one of them name will be known by 1 billion of us. And we ain't found these things yet. Osama is the closest, seriously. And we don't know him and his family and his father. But we have to know the history of all of that to see what the Bushes and his father them had in common and why Osama was vexed with them. Because his father dead and they don't want to have an investigation as to what caused the helicopter to crash. You understand? In Texas. A serious thing. Plus, he was helping the Afghans with the invasions of the Soviets. Huh? And America give the Mujahideen, not the Mujahideen, Mujahideen, some artillery at the same time, and he was advising them, and a lot of things. But them use the whole of that, and the world don't know. And the good Muslims won't tell the world what is what. They won't tell the world what Al-Qaeda mean. And then brandish that thing that it become an illness to everyone when them hear it. And all it meant was the base. Huh? So all these things happens. So with the Africans, them do the same poisoning. Just like them did with Mars Bishop. Why is me I go round and round and on? And then you get some of our own people who work for Britain and America decide to deface the man and run to their bosses and say, listen, this is what he's doing in the backyard. And now look at the country. Huh? Look at Dominica behaving like there's some first-class set of subjects and ill-treating the Haitians and others. Huh? What type of rubbish is that? And look at Jamaica. Come like some state of Virginia. Wild West. Wild West. Still. And don't intend learning anytime too soon. Don't intend learning anytime soon. Too soon. Seriously. And different geezers come and do the same run up them mouth. It's just that they don't work with social science. I know someone says before 2020, we have to break the bone of these people, call them Maroons. You're not reading, huh? You're not seeing. Oh, it's not the reading. You're not seeing. You're not getting upfront information, is it? Okay. It's all about the dances, right? And the poor Maroons, them, huh, are getting slaughtered. Because they might take away the land. They want to talk about them do some, serious problems. So, hey, ganja man, we are come for you now. Listen. You better make sure you got the seeds them looked after. Seriously. Yes, I am. See? Now put everything in one place, cause mentally them disturb me. See? 1, 2. Check.
Read him up. Murderer. Only one more chance. I'm giving you my sweet baby.
We can't forget our women in us, so watch it. See? Sweet sisters, African queens. See? Listen. Crucial Liver Thompson.
I'm giving you my sweet baby.
can't forget our women, man. We love them. And we respect them. And we honor them. Sweet.
Your love, and I don't sure if you love me, and I don't sure if you want me. So how can I give you all of mine? Oh no, how can I give you all of my heart?
Sweet. Macaulay Thompson. Strong like Samson. Hey, Delilah. Watch it.
Only one more chance, baby. I'm gonna give you your love to me, baby. You have to give me first before I give it to you. So don't you sit and cry. I really
Read him up.
Time of platinum. We hear them calling. We hear them calling. Stun boy. Hey, we hear Jamaica calling, and we're gonna be there. Africa is calling, and we're gonna be there. Ancient broad-shot modern faces. No what was is now again. Now this is gonna be a bride. Conquer the left, conquer the right.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica.
You know, say our first place you hear them tune in. See, principle. I tell you, man, we rub them.
That's where we say. Come to lift up, and rock out, rock out. Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say. Come to lift up, and rock out, rock out.
Watch me get busy like Dizzy Gillespie. Speakers they all got nothing on me. Hey, straight out of Brooklyn, making power moves. We could do anything we put our minds to. Yep.
I hear Tanzania's calling, and we gonna be there. East Africa's calling, and we gonna be there. Ancient road-shot modern faces. No what was is now again. Now this is gonna be a ride. Conquer the left, conquer the right.
Oya bumara, show them what I want, mama sita. Bumala, Zazulu kunjanki na tifa. Haina kulala, vuna kicha gun kikatika na ukikwara kwara. Onyesha unavyo bend over. Michezo ya Kizanzibar. Shako shekova, aina ngova. Takama tukeshe baya ya.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say. Come to lift up, and rock out, rock out. Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say.
Yeah.
Africa, Jamaica, that's where we say. Come to lift up, and rock out, rock out.
The cradle of life and the beginning of civilization. Mama Africa, you are the foundation. Up to the time we realize that the energy and vibration, it can't compare. Every African put on no hand in the ear. Do the Wakanda dance like you just don't care. Represent for the motherland without a little fear. Arrows and spear.
Yeah, man. Loyal to the awakening. Morgan heritage.
Do it, people. Rise up and live.
Rise up, rise up, rise up.
Rise up and live.
Rise up, rise up, rise up.
Rise up and live. Yeah. Now behold the awakening.
The awakening.
Now behold the awakening.
The awakening.
You know how much years we have prayed that prayer? You know how much years? It lands me alive. I tell you. We have prayed that prayer. But it's just our own people halt the project. Our own people deny us true connection with the Almighty and His aid and His servants to us. Our own people. For prizes, alleged fame. Yeah. Them just, you ask them now, them say, them don't know what happened. And many of them is in a certain age now. Them are tremble. Natural, but them are tremble because them sensibility show them how worthless and worthless they have been. And the people them that them sell us out for, not even a spit upon them, you know. Them find it very difficult to find 5p to sort out them problem. Them situation, not a problem. It's a problem when them can't do nothing. And the children that them grew, that they didn't teach nothing to, really, ignores them. Because them already got fat off of them. And them know how them got there. So they don't care damn again. Because them have everything them want. That's bad. That's bad on the children them part. But who caused it? Me selling out my own people for some popularity. Eh? No, me need help. The said people that me sell out my people them too. They are busy taking care of themselves and their families are taking care of them and the state is taking care of them. And you who farted on your own people, you're standing alone. You're sitting alone. Your conscience is killing you. Nightmares and dearmares are affecting you. Had I know can't come. You're swimming in shit. I tell you, keep doing people bad and think say you can get away with it. It no work, so. Big stuff. Me wicked, you know.
Oh yeah. Mr. Big Stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. Now because you wear all these fancy clothes. Oh yeah. And have a big fine car. Oh yes you do now. Do you think I can afford to give you my love? Oh, you think you're higher than every star above, Mr. Big Stuff? Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. Now I know all the girls I've seen you with. I know you broke the hearts one after another now, bit by bit. You made them cry. Many poor girls cry when they try to keep you happy. They just try to keep you satisfied.
See? And them can't find one of them now, you know, for hold on to. Because nobody not there with him. He's on his own. All of those big stuff that sell out the black man, the African woman. You fools. And now we have a generation that no one not teach that to, you know, because it going to repeat itself again and again. Watch it. Could you imagine all them African there? Them there at home, yeah? Right at home, you know. Yeah? And them dress up. Them dress up in European clothes, European suits and everything. You understand? Oh gosh, man, how foolish can you be? And then our BMW, our Mercedes, our Rolls Royce, and the road them no level. Eh? Wow, gosh, man. But all them children, them, you know, are one of them wife children, them, can go to all the top damn schools, them, yeah, in Europe and other places. You understand? Yeah. To you, man. What's wrong? Don't run.
The big stuff.
Yes.
Who do you think you are?
I'm the president.
Big stuff. You're never gonna get my love. Now because you wear
fancy clothes.
Fancy clothes. Oh yeah. And have a big fine car. Oh yes you do now. Do you think I can afford to give you my love?
Nah, you could have give it to me. No, man, you're giving me some artificial nonsense. Listen to my brother. hey, principal, you're supposed to collect some fees for this, you know. I get the man. We are look for the man for get a number one hit before the year done, you know. Go on, sir.
I from long time. I don't just bad mind. Me no use loose friend, cause no clown thing me no shine. Some say them are your friend, and all I swear blind. But as yet I never call them first one, cut out your spine. When you see them no yelling, I don't fall them want to see. No lion for me, no want them friendship because them full of dirty heart, you see. When you see them no yelling, them come to support your energy. Old vampire want stop me, but now you water for you, me demise them want to see. See them on the left, me stay on the right. Me no want to see them in eyesight. Me no part of your crown in your crown or your type. Me and me own dance, so me do as I like. Me no listen to them whenever them start them yapping. Me no care when them want to say. See them a come pick around like sense fool. Any which part them hear me there. When you see them no yelling, I don't fall them want to see. No lion for me, no want them friendship because them full of dirty heart, you see. When you see them no yelling, them come to support your energy.
But you know what? We have to help them out still, you know, because you're a human being, you see? But you see, someone like me now, why is helping them, bathing them, whatever the case is, I got to tell them, say, you know, you can't erase your conscience. You had the opportunity to help me, see? And you didn't. What you did was make love to this picture, make love to the Queen and all these different peoples, and now look at the situation you're in. Now, my advice to you, embrace Islam and save your soul while you have time.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, listen, look.
Are these your documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you fill these out yourself?
Yeah, I wrote them.
So you wrote this?
Yes.
You're saying you wrote this?
That doesn't matter.
Tell me, what's your religion?
What?
Why you gotta wear your hair all them tied up?
What the tired?
Why you gotta look like that?
Yeah, we want to forget number one in our car. Oh, he work hard. You understand? Last year and this year, you know, Luton Fire, I tell you, I care about what everybody else do. The man supposed to get number one billboard. Scene, yes. Eat your food.
Afternoon, sir.
Yeah, listen, look.
Are these your documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you fill these
I
out
help and
yourself?
send it up to us too, you know.
So you wrote this?
Yes.
Beat
You're
up some
saying you
song
wrote
by
this?
them.
That doesn't matter.
Tell me, what's your religion?
What?
Why you gotta wear your hair all them tied up?
What the tired?
Why you gotta look like that? You ain't got nothing to say, huh? So you look there.
Yes.
Listen.
Well, we gonna have to verify these documents.
Who you want to mention?
Go on, my son. Fire!
Judge me, but I never will bow. Lord, cause the longest live every day. You try to make your power show. For the longest live every day. Lord, discriminating and you think I don't know. The longest live every day. Lord, Lord, on the reap what you sow. For the longest live every day. I always wonder if it is because I am Rasta man. Why every day me have to face bad energies in a Babylon disaster plan. They always accuse I, criticize my identity. Them see the evidence prove right, still they try to condemn me. One look at my ID, they use their thoughts and brutalize me. Do they know that who I am? The moment they hear my voice, they criticize me.
Are you getting boisterous, sir?
Yo, easy, man. We are going to ask him. Easy, man. I have to talk for my rights. I have to defend myself.
They're this witness.
No, but I am not over yourself. Verify our documents. And that's the son. Legal.
See, discrimination. See? Yeah, listen to the tune, them good, man. The tune come, sure say, man, them a discriminate against Rasta as per normal. Yeah, so, women there now. These people, when name now, David Lammis, you see, this word that was used, you understand, uncivilized, you see? Yeah, uncivilized, savages, see? This, you see a bunch of people, them turn around and see these black people, they're uncivilized savages. Okay, now, was man primitive in the true sense of the word, human beings on this earth? Yes. And through that stage, you evolve and then you develop. And through traveling across the earth and trying to figure out things, you start learning to cultivate. You start learning to communicate. Yeah? And you help one another with things. That's man. That's the developmental stage. And this thing never just happen in a space of time. It evolve over a period of time. See? This is man. And this is the thing that the British, when they come from Latin to these other things that them turn around and call English. When they come out in nasty, despicable way, and want to look at other people them and undervalue them and undermine them. So they were not primitive, because if you never learn them language and learn how to talk to them, speak to them, you're always going to be third or even fourth in the ratings. See? So everybody was primitive. And then we come to a stage where we say, no, we're civil. And then that term is used now that by the same primitive man want to look down at another set of people, saying that themselves now is civilized and these others are uncivilized. How that? That's the arrogance within the stage of evolution. Right? These are our human and inhuman qualities. But we don't want to talk to the man like this. because it's called reverse psychology, it's reverse information, it's reverse knowledge, reverse understanding. The ones who call this a threat to them is wanting to scream out Semitic, anti-Semitic. There's nothing immoral or racial about this. What is happening here is that they're using a term to put us in a box to say that we are still primitive, we are still uncivilized, and capital, we are savages. But the perception within their institution and their peoples is that that's how we must be seen, regardless of hit songs and fast track running and 360, 180 to 360 reverse slam dunks. These things, they put down that these are animal instinctive nature. They're animal instinctive nature. These are not human qualities, because if them could have done it, it would be so. But since them can't do it and them find it very difficult to attain these things, these are animalistic qualities. Right? So we're being seen in the animal kingdom, not the animal human experience. No. See? So them setting standards, and we need to know how to unravel these things and turn it back around. You see? But who are we talking to? Who are we trying to help? We're trying to help ourselves so our children can be well positioned, but we ain't doing this. We're not doing this. And for anyone to take it easily and just say, I know nothing, it's something. It's a big thing. It's huge. It has so much implications. It has psychological damages. It has a crippling effect on a person's psychology and his humanity and his indignity. It's awful. When you come to think about it, there's so much negativity in all of that. Am I to be perceived as a domesticated or non-domesticated animal? Is that the case? So if we were to take that into account, his pets are more civil than us, because he could call his dog, sit. Hey, listen, their dogs sleep in the house. Some of their dogs sleep with them. Some of their dogs have clothes, garments. I mean, the dog status is high, you know, because you have different brands providing foods for dogs. Now we need to ask then, where's our standing if we are savages? What type of crippling effect that you deemed us not to be or to be in that realm? Am I human? Like yourself or unlike yourself? But that's why they don't invite people like me and my brethren and sisterins to the Channel 4, whatever it is, thing they have. They don't pick people. And you're not supposed to analyze anything. Neither you're not supposed to even know who is the person that's going to cross-question you because they've already depicted you to do such and such a thing for someone to come now and fire 2 shots across you. And then there's no rebuttal because they're making a point. So that means that they have us domesticated, mentally domesticated. So they can do whatever they want to do whenever they need to do these things to us, with us, whenever. Now, when we go against, we're predators. Boy, Sally, you got to, Mr. Best, you got to be careful. The way we're perceived, Mr. Lammy, David, man, I got to look for you now. I tell you, me and Hesketh and others, we want to find out what it is that you're trying to attempt to do. What is it? When I tell you, we want to find out because savages, nah, you never even respond. But we never see all the things. So, but when it was read, one should have asked, is this the word? Can I read that? Is this the word that's being used here? Do you know how hurtful? Do you know how racist? But that perception is here today and it hasn't been anywhere. I've said it. But it's hurtful. The implications, the damages, you know. And you see teachers, the perception that teachers have of our children, especially the ones that they're afraid of already, just by looking and seeing that a 11, 12-year-old young man is towering over them. It's not the child's fault that you're 5'7" and he's 6'6". And if our children were eating our food and the size of their body would be different, but they're fortunate, these people, that our children are not in love with our food the way they should be. So they have size matching their height. Gosh, man. And these teachers are fearful. And some of them that come from countryside, the rural areas, they're scared, they're fearful already because they never really came into contact with so much black children, black people at any one given time. But yet still they took up the profession as being teachers. And they come to London. Maybe they're through their probationary period and so forth. But they're still there. So they're afraid for all the things that they're being told as well in relation to us. You think said there's stories about Askanakis? No. The story already made up already. It's either the Second World War and the affliction that they had to encounter or they did encounter. And that sets your heart emotions throbbing. Right? So you don't know nothing about them. You don't know anything about them. But with us, you assume and you're told that we're savages. And maybe also told that we're loud. And if the teacher happened to be a young woman, gosh, man, she's already saying there's some predators. We have to be careful. They're perverts and rare. So there's a problem again. These poor young men, African Caribbean young men in schools, I'm telling you. So David, I'm telling you, man, we're going to have to try and find out what is your take on this. What are you going to be doing about this? Because this word is there. And I know you know that. Not just because they read it in that document, that's supposed to have stirred you up long time. I mean, there should have been something said. And I'm saying maybe they cut it out and so forth, but you would have viewed what they were going to put out there. You wouldn't have just let the editor do the thing without you giving permission or agreeing and so forth. Nah, I don't see you doing that. So then remove. And maybe they told you that's for another date. What? To show that you found some unmarked graves? Nah. Mm-mm. No, sorry. So we need to go back to school with this one. This racism, this negativity, man, and it's been there, it's still there, and apologies now help this. And at least you didn't even ask for that. You didn't even ask her who's above her that you can go to see, and you know, and the whole Commonwealth body to demand an inquiry into this thing and an apology, an African Caribbean apology. You know what I mean? Of the 55 countries and all the Caribbean islands, because it wasn't something that had anything to do with us in the first place, in any case. Understand? It's just this so-called loyalty, these humane qualities that we have that people take advantages of. It's not good. My mother said dog that eat dog is bad dog, but a them a eat we. And I'm sure somewhere down the road there were blood transfusions and everything, and our blood was useful. Our blood was useful. The master said, it's not worthwhile even trying to educate a savage. The illiterate. They're just strong. Yeah, man, that serious problem. Yeah, we are going to go in the Bible. We are going.
Say now, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, if you don't have love in you, you got nothing at all. Cause remember, love conquer it all, love conquer everything. Deal with this.
Bomber drop, damn you! Energy! Can't take. Oh! I saw you, labor. Hey you! Hey you over there! You!
over there. You, hey you, sir.
Nice to dread and terror upon them. Good God of grace, will I have His mercy. Hey, I miss an old slave driver. Time is catching up on you, old slave driver. I know your sins them are on. So carry we go home, I bring the brown east. Well, come on a Rasta man, a Rasta no live on no Catalan. Oh you mean? Carry we go home, oh you mean? As if we settle and cease. Well, come on a Rasta man, a Rasta no live on no Catalan. Well, Lord America a capital and the whole of Jamaica a capital and a long time them want trick the Rasta man. Like them no know say that man a real African. You think me no member King Ferdinand and thief in Columbus have a golden plan. Them make a wrong turn and end up in Caribbean. One Ras then a side kill enough Indian. Them turn paradise in a plantation and bring cross one ship load of African. Now here comes the thieving queen from England. Now she come well and Henry Maga. Century on top of century full of separation. And after 400 years me send a reparation. I know them want to kill me with the taxation. But I beg you please take me to the motherland. I beg you carry me go home. I bring me from the east. Girl, come on a Rasta man. A Rasta no live on no Catalan. Coulda never carry me go home.
carry we go home. I said we settle and see. Come on, Rasta man. Rasta no live on no capture land. Rasta no live on no field. Watch them pan it up at the hill. And looking at them play to we properly feel. Because downtown have shot off the kill. Them tell it tourists if we stop on the grill. So come make we start a new chapter. We not escape on the land where them capture. And me say Africa fi all to Rasta. I so go tell it and 2 plus factor. Say carry we go home. I bring we run a east way. Come on a Rasta man. A Rasta no live on no capture land. Go tell them that. Carry we go home. I said we settle and seize way. Yeah man, a Rasta man. I'm in a lip on a capture. Lip on a capture. Follow me down. Every garden a capture land. Me tell you short to say that a capture land. A Los Angeles that a capture land. A New York City that a capture land. Hey, some of the place where you want to live sweet. A thief in the land there's no title feet. Some of these places where you want to live nice. I give them thief it in the name of Christ. Spanish town that a capture land. The whole of Kingston that a capture land. Remember Portland that a capture land. And all gonna Trinidad that a capture land. Barbados that a capture land. Tell them Bermuda that a capture land. I tell Colombia say that a capture land. And all around Cuba say that a capture land.
Yeah, me think say a big dance this weekend here. You see it? Last one is someone flop. And you think so this weekend, you know what I mean? Magic! You panic or you got damage. You see it? Yeah. Last one, we are going. We are stir up the dance hall too, you know. I think so this weekend, you know, for real. 3 man in a dance hall. This time you are fire. So, yeah, Chronics on one. The other 2 I try come through. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, the Magic guy put some lashes on some of them. On both of them. Yeah, man. So we'll go here, God willing. You see we on Thursday. We'll come back with this thing, you know. Hopefully by all tomorrow. You know, we get a call to David. You know, see Hesketh, Brother Hesketh. You see David Lammy find out what go on with this word, they're savages, you know, because when them people them talk about racism and everything, right, and we still are shut up and everything. And now we see the England man them, Liverpool put a lick upon the Halal team, and Sterling and the boys square off, and here comes the England the England manager now say, Sterling have to be dropped, eh? Me say all Rooney and all kind of other people them drink and late night. Cha, you see what I mean? Boy, me I tell you something, you know, Star. Love them, you know. You understand? Love them, because they know say the people them, they don't like you. There's something about you and some people in England, you know, they don't like you. Just like me too, you know what I mean? But there's something about you, Rakim. The people them not like, when you score a goal for them, they still alright, but they much prefer that you never score it to Ratted. You understand? So, whatever the case is, you know, you want to look at it properly now. Just allow them to Ratted. They ain't going to bar you now. When them need your blow hole, just say, watch it, my mother need me. You see it there? And she need you all the time. You see? And your wages not come from England. Them can't do you nothing. And we must get around here, you know, because we don't know what them set up. You understand? And if them lose, you're going to see somebody going to turn around and say, such and such and such and such. You understand? Listen, man. I don't like how them just deal with you, but we need to find out what you just do. You understand? And you need to do like some African man them now. Stand up for yourself. See? No him going to do that. Yeah? Like him a go on like say him a set some president for her. Huh? When the boy at Spurs do everything he want to do and so forth, and them go out and come back late and all kind of ratty team. No, it don't bar them. It don't bar them. Liverpool and have nothing to do with ratty England. Nothing to do with England, but you get slapped though. Liverpool. Yeah. Scouts or what them call themselves. Guidance, man, I'm gone. God willing, we're there on Thursday, right? The Scavengers thing. Take on a dictionary, look at it. Ask your grandparents, or your mother, them, you know what I mean? Once them, they are 70, 80s, ask them, you know. And them tell you, said, I thought they stopped doing these things. You understand? Seriously. And then you have to look on the African thing. You see that they have the role of Africa in the First World War, the role of Africa in the Second World War. And then you have the North and East Africa campaign, right? That is done by themselves. Then I wait for the Caucasian guy to come and tell them, say nothing, and a black man from England. You understand that them things are going for years. For years. So it's not that I disrespect David for him effort, right? But his timing is remarkable. I'm telling you, his timing, right? That it come out on that time as well. You understand? So as my wife would say, it was a reminder. You understand? Well, you never said that. You just say it's memories. And what you're asking a question. So I'm saying, all them other years were you asleep? Nah, you weren't asleep. You see? So you need to ask yourself some questions, man. You understand? Where are you going with your career right now? You see? Because you slide out just like all the rest of them. You know? When name? Trevor McDonald do the same thing. You know? When them go to dry pasta, them come with something and try make people believe, say, that them is African, them is black man, you know, and this type of thing. But before, they won't even tell you that, man. Guidance. Inna the road. Rough. I think it's Saturday, you know. I think it's Saturday, man. That dance is going to be hot. Right, I tell you, I think it's Saturday. Oh, is it Friday? Yeah, man. That dance is going to be hot. Tree sound. Yeah, man. In a one land. So we're going to stay with the Hackney man, obviously. Yeah. Hey, when I must come out fighting, and I don't come out with all this nicey thing, man. Come out fighting, man. Throw punches here and there, man. Even kick. Can you spend your money, you know? Take people money. Inna the road. I owe that down there, inna the road. Them ignorant and dark, I walk with your long gun and so. Yo, Ping, you see this man here, Chesedek? I want him on some of the special them, you know. We just like the way him do him thing. Seriously. See what I mean? I mean, I have some tune I already know that me want him, would like him to do. See? Because him voice set. I tell the world, see? We don't care damn. I know say we're going to be number one quite soon. Yeah. Inna the road. Go on, sir. Down there, inna the road. Them ignorant and dark, I walk with your long gun and sword, boy. I'm go dead inna the road, boy. The government cannot afford. Be a devil strategy plan out from board. Some of them are walking time bomb ready to be a go on, sir. Inna the road. Shalom. Them are walking dead. I want his family dead. I don't know when it will stop, I don't know. At the pace that they're going. Every day man I go down in a hole. Every day woman I go down in a hole. Say they never know a soul mankind so cool. Anytime you go that way they make sure you look out for them. It's Daddy Love. Them a shed. Them a walking dead. Them a shed.
in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yes.
Innocent people pay the ultimate crime. Everywhere you go, I pay war and crime. Open up your eyes, nobody want like you're blind. Just look out for them. Be a blood, them a shed. Them a walking dead. Be a blood, them a shed.
I want them dead. I want his family.
Jah love. Daddy love.
I want his house work to the ground.
Inna the road, I hold that down there, inna the road. Them ignorant and dark, I walk with tail and gun and sword. Why? I'm go dead inna the road. Why? The government cannot afford. Be a devil strategy plan out on board. Some of them are walking time bomb ready for explode. Look out for them. Be a blood, them a shed. Them a walking dead. Be a blood, them
A true man. Blood a shed all the time. Never stop. You understand? It's only Rasta make the man them understand. Behave yourself. You understand? Love Jah and live.
Herb tree grow like flowers on me yard. Till them say, why Papa Jesse are the real herb lord. Let me bun the ganja, bun the ganja, bun the ganja real hard. Bad things happen and me can't bother ball. And me say me can't take the moderation none at all. So me bun the ganja, bun the ganja, bun the ganja real hard. Me got herb in a me chalice rice, herb in a me tea, herb in a me system, chemically free.
Yeah, we just hear what they know. In Barbados, them say marijuana for free. Medicinal marijuana is coming. I tell you, it's a serious problem. And the people, they must say that we have the knowledge. We have the knowledge to make this thing possible. But the words him use is medicinal marijuana. You understand? That is the one that is genetically moderated. Oh gosh, man. It's a problem, you know. When we are go down the road with these people, you know what them can do? Make X% of our nation, our population, mentally dysfunctional. You think I'm talking crap? I'm telling you, once you go down that road there and you sign paper for legalize allowing your citizens to have this thing called medical marijuana, medicinal marijuana, you're going to finish up with a population of people, especially young people, seeing that are mentally, my God, I'm telling you, man, this is what's going to happen. You pollute our generations, and we'll be signing off. We'll be doing it ourselves. I'm telling you. And we have to open up a lot of mental health clinics. You think that's a joke? Wise people go get excited and feel say, yeah man, I've been waiting for this all my life. Your life, I'm telling you. You see how it comes, sir? The devil have a way of doing things, man. Now, where is our physicians? Where's our biochemists? Where are they? Where are they? Them attack Jamaica with one Trinidadian guy come from America, chatting all kind of thing about how them can make the playing field level. So that America can control this and control that. And he's working for them. He's working for some pharmaceutical giants. All they want to know is what area of the island him and him staff, the high grade, the Sensi, where them is. and these farmers. Huh? And I'm telling you, once they map that out, you've lost. Crying is not gonna help.
Herb tree grow like flowers on me yard. Them say why Papa Jesse are the real herb lord. Say me bun the ganja, bun the ganja, bun the ganja real hard.
I agree.
Bad things happen and me can't bother ball. And me say me can't take the botheration none at all. So me bun the ganja, bun the ganja, bun the ganja real hard. Me got herb in a me chalice rice, herb in a me tea, herb in a me system, chemically free, organically.
See, I waited for that part there. Chemically free. See, what they were saying, high grade. Women have seen him. He went on a holiday. You see it? And he was enjoying himself till when him see a certain amount of things, some things happening. And he become very dejected from that time till this time, you know. You see? Because he realize that people them fool right now. I tell you. Not that them never know, but when him see it for himself. You understand? And people are grab off for money and popularity, want to be on video and everything. What them call the thing? DVD and so forth. Why somebody a take away them growth, them land, them and them seeds. Yeah, joke, man. And then you have the Chinese man come and love them up. Oh, boy. So my brother just said, chemically free. Guidance, we gone, man.